This customer wants to install 4 6-inch recessed lights in his bedroom. Because we're not matching existing recessed lights, I can install these Lithonia wafer lights that are really slim so they can go over an existing joist. They also change colors. The Kelvin can change from 27 to 3500. They do have an existing fixture which we're probably gonna end up putting a ceiling fan later. So I'm gonna blank that fixture off, but keep the switch line and run a new switch line to this location and add a dimmer for the new lights. So I measured out all the cans 36 inches from the wall, and I know where my joist is, but in this case, it doesn't really matter because I'm putting in those thin wafer lights. So now I'm gonna cut out my hole where I measured it. This dust catcher is made by Elko, and you can buy it from the link in my bio. I need to run a piece of 14-2 between each light. So I like to use a Klein steel fish tape with a hook on the end, and I can usually send it from light to light without having to jump in the attic. Just like that. Then I tie my Romex to the hook on the end of the snake, and then I can pull it back to the can, just like that. I also got my snake from light to light against the joist. So now I have all my cans wired, and I just need to run a switch line from the existing switch up to the first can. So I need to run a wire from the switch to the first can. So I'm gonna remove this intercom so I have a nice big hole to work with, and then I'll send my snake down from the attic and catch it at the intercom and pull my wire up to the first can. I removed the intercom, so now I should be able to send my snake down from the attic. In the attic, I found the hole above the switch, so now I'm gonna send my snake down in the existing hole and go down to the intercom and catch it so I can tie my wire and pull it back. So after getting the snake at the intercom, I put the other end in the recessed light hole. So now I can tie my wire here and I can pull it down to the switch without having to go in the attic. Just like that. Now that I'm here, I can easily get my wire to the switch. So I removed the switches and I took a knockout out of the back of the box. So now I can send my snake up to the intercom, and then I can tie my switch line to the end of the snake, and I should be able to pull it back through the existing KO, just like that. So now I have my switch line going to my first recessed light. With these trims, you need to add a Romex connector. So what I'm doing is I'm removing the KO, and then I'm gonna add a 1/2-inch plastic Romex connector, and then I can push my wire through the Romex connector, and that way it won't fray on the metal. And now I'm gonna connect my ground, my neutral, and my power, and then I'm gonna push them into the box, just like that. And then I'm gonna close the cover, pick 3000K, and then the junction box just goes up in the ceiling, just like that. These 2 clips go in and they attach it to the drywall, just like that. I removed the existing fixture. Now I'm going to put up the blank cover, just like that. I got the 4 wafer lights installed. The existing switch was for an outlet, which I'm gonna make hot all the time. And this dimmer was for the fixture that was existing, which I'm now gonna put as a regular switch. And then my new switch line, I'll put a dimmer for the new lights. So the old outlet wire is now on with the constant powers. The wire going to the blank cover, I put with a regular switch, and then my new switch line is now on a dimmer. Every LED light dims different, so it's always nice to adjust this dial and dim the lights down low and make sure they don't shut off, because you can adjust this secondary dial to fix that problem. Dimmer on, and that's your end result.